More cattails. Oh, okay, that's bad. Now, where did I go up here? Okay, so I've got two wolves, and they're both chasing me. Well, certainly the first one is. I think I go up the right-hand side of that waterfall, so one of the things you want to do when there's a wolf on your tail is not let it get too close. So I will... Oh shit, okay. Oh no, I didn't mean to. No, are you charging me? Please don't be charging me. Yes, you're charging me. Okay, I'm probably going to die here. Let's see if I can run. So he's going to keep charging me until he attacks me, at which point I'm going to get into a fight with him. And I have no weapons, so I suspect I'll die. Maybe crawl off this, run off this, get around here and get away from him. Oh, here we go. Button mashing. This might be the death of this guy. Alright, so I thought I would record some... well, I had a bit of an interesting idea the other day, which was to record a number of interloper game starts. So one of the things about interloper difficulty is you tend to die a lot starting from starting a new game. Usually if you survive the first day, you've got a pretty reasonable chance of well, each successive day that you survive, in some sense your overall chance of survival increases, because to start with it's really quite difficult, particularly if you don't know the maps very well, or don't know all of the maps very well, not just some of them. So I've just spawned on an interloper game, and like a new game in Ash Canyon, which I don't know that well, although I think that ice fishing shack is actually just in the distance there, is going to give me enough, what's the word, enough of a landmark to mean I at least won't die on the first night. So I know enough about this region to know that there is a cabin. What direction would it be? I think it would be up that valley, sort of, well, it's not really a valley, but this frozen lake. Oh, maybe it goes that direction. I know how to find the cabin from here anyway, ish, roughly speaking. It's got no roof on it, so I expect that it doesn't really help all that much with the weather. Anyway, so a frozen lake here, which also is a frozen river. At the edges of it goes up what would you call it? I guess a valley or anyway, it goes up a waterfall to sort of another area which there's a cabin at, and shoot the time of day yet. Oh goodness, top right corner of the screen you can see the sun going down on that little wee radial menu. That's a bad sign, because it means it's going to get very cold soon. There's a cattails, which
need to find some place to escape this cold.
Yes, I do, thank you. It's too cold. These are a really good source of food, because they're quite light to carry. But, you have to collect quite a few of them before you'll have a decent amount of food. But they also give you a fire starting thing as well. So the cattail stalk, this one is the thing that you eat, and the cattail head is the thing that you can use for tinder to light fires. So you can take both of them every time you harvest a plant if you want to. And these plants don't respawn. None of the plants in the game respawn. So once you've taken them once, they're gone forever. But the maps are big enough that you can sort of, if you don't revisit the same region too many times, you've got a pretty good chance of getting more cattails. Oh, okay, that's bad. Now, where did I go up here? Okay, so I've got two wolves, and they're both chasing me. Well, certainly the first one is. I think I go up the right-hand side of that waterfall. So one of the things you want to do when there's a wolf on your tail is not let it get too close. So I will try to avoid, okay, this is bad because I can't remember Oh, okay, there we go. That's where I go up. You want to keep an eye on how close they are, so usually it's good to turn around and have a glance at them every now and again to see how close to you they're getting. But I can see this is where I want to go up the waterfall. So right-ish, not exactly the exact waterfall, but next to the waterfall. And I also don't want to collect too many cattails because the wolf will catch up to me and I'll probably die. Oh, I might be able to fight the wolf off with my bare hands, but possibly not on interloper. Quite often the wolves will kill you in a single struggle on interloper just because they're way nastier than they are in other difficulty levels. So usually if you've taken too much condition damage and you're getting too low in condition and you haven't got a good weapon to fight them off, or in my case you've got lots of condition but no weapon, and weapons would be like a hatchet or a heavy hammer or a knife. Even at full condition with no weapon, they're probably going to kill you. Although your actual clothing, oh goodness gracious, so this wolf right there is probably going to start tracking me in a second. Unless I'm really lucky and I get past, and oh yeah, you going to see me? Oh, he didn't see me, okay, that's good. Lucky me. So the other wolf, you can tell is still tracking me by the growling. Yeah, hey buddy. I think he's far enough away. I think they have a certain, what would you say, patrolling range as well. And once you get beyond it, they sometimes give up. If they get too close, that's when they'll charge you. At which point you have to get into a struggle fight sort of mini game where you mash the hell out of your left mouse button to avoid dying. But I think there it is, the cabin. I don't know what the cabin's called, but this is a great time of the day to find it because the sun's going down, so it's... I just think that wolf might have given up too because the music's gone away and I can't hear the growling anymore. Oh yeah, look at that. Well, I'm quite cold, so I might... there's a dead body up the gully there. You can hear the crows actually. If I stop talking for a second, you can even see them. So crows often, well, if crows are circling and not flying, across the sky, they give you an indicator there's a dead body or a corpse of an animal. Okay, it's a bit dark in here, so let me see. Scrap metal. Do I want to carry that? Maybe.
Could end up being useful.
2 arrowheads. Definitely want to take those. I'll take the scrap metal anyway. I can drop it later. Probably once I've warmed up enough, actually. Feels like -1, so that means I'm going to need to sleep for an hour to warm up. Because beds are warmer than dog food. Beds are warmer than, what do you call it? Not beds. So if I look at this bed here, bed warmth bonus plus 5 degrees. So even though at the moment it feels like -1, at 0 degrees you don't lose temperature. So if I wanted to gain temperature here, I need to sleep for however long. So if I go to sleep for an hour, you'll see what will happen. My temperature gauge in the bottom left will actually fill up a bit. It won't fill up to full because 5 degrees isn't a lot. Yeah, there you go. So it's filled up to like a quarter. Although now it's very freaking dark, so actually what I don't have, which may kill me, is I don't have matches. Damn it. I should have probably looked more carefully in this room before I went to sleep. So I also don't have a light source because I don't have any way of setting fire to anything. Yeah, it's funny actually in Interloper. It's like, you make one mistake with the order of things that you do. So I played a new game. I played a new game earlier today where I what did I do? I ate uncooked meat. I was getting a little bit flustered just because my fire wasn't starting. Something like that. My fire wasn't starting and I was low on temperature. I wasn't thinking very carefully and I didn't check the meat before I ate it. I ate the meat, got food poisoning, and that's not good. So I think with food poisoning it lowers your stamina. And the temperature wasn't up and I ran out of wood and I went to sleep, but it was too cold and I died. So yeah, you just like, sometimes one small mistake, particularly when you're starting a game, there's a lot of things you've got to get right, and quite often one small mistake will
So
what have we
cold.
got here? Is that a no, it's, oh, cloth, there we go. Cloth and some reclaimed wood. Yeah, so one small mistake is game over often, particularly at the beginning when you've got a lot of things to sort of do. You know, you've got to boil water and find food and stay warm and keep moving, actually, is another really good point. So one of your, when I was talking previous video about short-term and long-term goals, it's like it's not just as simple as having a long-term goal and then temporarily putting it on hold to pursue a short-term goal. If it was that simple, it would be easier, but sometimes it's like you've got to do the short-term goal but not forget about the long-term goal. So an interloper, you've really got to keep moving, because if you stay in one place for too long, it just gets too difficult to find food and water and fire starting materials, because you've looted everything. So as soon as you get your range, and of course your range is quite important. So if you look at me now, since I left the cabin, I'm now freezing again and losing condition because it's negative 15 degrees, feels like temperature. My clothes, are my clothes wet? I don't know. Anyway, I've hardly got any clothes because I've just spawned. So, you know, sometimes, yeah, you'll end up being stuck in a place for too long on interloper, and that's game over because you just can't find any materials at that point. You've got to stay moving. Those two rope swing bridges up in the top of the those peaks there are pretty cool. I might try and get to those tomorrow. Maybe I might try and do a run to the gold mine, seeing as I've spawned in Ash Canyon, because that's what gives me the crampons and the bigger backpack. But in the meantime, what's going to happen here is I've got no water, so I'm going to be in trouble. What's the time of night? Yeah, I think I'm going to die if I can't find matches. See, that was really stupid. This may have been the mistake which killed me. I think matches typically spawn in here, but I can't find them because, oh, hold on. Oh my god. That was so fluky. Look at that. So you can see how it says wood matches on the screen. Oh, that's so funny. So the mistake I could have made that would have killed me was that I hadn't found the matches before I went to sleep before, and then now it's dark. But somehow I managed to flukily find those matches by mousing randomly around the room inside that cupboard box, which is lucky, very lucky, given that I can't see fucking anything. Okay, so that was lucky. So now I might start and try and start a fire now. Don't need charcoal because I don't care about mapping. It's too early in the game to care about that. So here we go. So starter is my matches. So I can start a fire. I'm so lucky. Cattail head will be my tinder, and my stick will. So I'm going to try and, well, not try. I'm going to, assuming I manage to start a fire before I waste all 12 of these matches, I'm going to boil some water, because you need water. Because if you don't drink water, you will die because you're not hydrated. Because your brain stops working.
That should help warm things up.
Who knows what else stops working? Okay, so we'll stick that in there. I don't need that for rabbit traps or anything because I've got more immediate concerns. And then I will melt some snow, boil some water. There we go, 19 minutes until melted. We'll pass time until it's melted, and now it's 19 minutes until boiled, and we will drink some. Should I just start boiling some more first? One of the things that can happen here is you forget to check how much time there is left on the fire that's burning, and you run it, and the fire goes out, and you got to waste another match starting it again. It's just like another disaster of sorts. Before I forget, I'm also going to take a bunch of torches because okay, that's annoying. I was trying to put that torch out, but instead I went out the door. Silly Hamish. Dingus daddy, as Emmett would say. Okay, so we're going to put that torch out, because it's good to have torches because you can light them and not waste matches lighting fires if you make a mistake. So hang on, we'll get maybe a couple of torches. How much wood have I got? Yeah, I've got a couple of torches. We'll use the rest of these sticks to boil as much water as we can. Then I will go to bed and restart the video. See, yeah, okay, that sucks. How much water did I get before I ran out of wood? Actually, okay, so here's another mistake. I probably should have... How long have I got? Yeah, see, if I'd been thinking like a smart person, I would have broken that crate down instead of wasting time, passing time, waiting for that to boil, because then I could have put that wood So that's going to take 15 minutes to break down, and that would have given me half an hour more on the fire, but I didn't do it because I was being a dingus. Actually, what I could do, maybe this might give me enough. So if I break down both these torches back into sticks again, I might get nearly enough time to, maybe, no, it's not going to be enough, is it? Yeah, so interesting. Narrating videos and concentrating are two different things, but I think it's not going to be enough, is it? You can break torches down into sticks, but it's only going to be 14 minutes. Let's try it anyway. I think I'm going to be too late. I'm not going to be able to put this wood on the fire. Oh, it's gone out. No, okay. Oh well, I might, what's the time of the day? Why is it so light outside? Is that just the moon, possibly? Wow, that's crazy. Have a look. Is it a full moon? It doesn't sound like an aurora, because auroras are like green and red and yellow and crazy. Oh no, it is an aurora, look at that. Whoa! Oh, now I can hear the crazy electrical sounds. I assume an aurora in real life doesn't come with those zappy electrical sounds, but that's fine. Anyway, let's go back inside and go to sleep. So how much water did I get? I got a litre, and that's not great, but let's see. If I fill up my hydration meter, how much does that leave me with? Ugh, half a litre. Okay, that's bad. Anyway, that was an all motherly screw up there. Not breaking down wood. Yeah, really, one of the commodities in the game, I don't know what you call it, resources is time, and it's like, I made the mistake of passing time when I should have been doing something like breaking wood, breaking furniture down into wood, and now I'm paying the price. Anyway, I could just start another fire, but that would use another match, so I might try and just risk it and see how I pan out tomorrow. So I think I'm actually freezing again now. It's gotten too cold. Hopefully this bed will be warm enough for me. And so -1 degrees feels like, so yeah, that'll give me 4 degrees on the bed after the 1 degree off, so I will restart the video tomorrow. Oh yeah, okay, I can see something. So it's very cold because it's -28 feels like. Now I'm going to get cold really fast, so you can see that it's also foggy, which means my chances of getting lost are quite definitely increased. Yes, it's like, where the hell's the cabin? I was just there. I think I know which direction it is. Really, what I need is sticks, because a stick is going to increase my chances of starting a fire. This is bad. Oh yeah, so now I'm freezing. As you can see, there we go. And I think last night I broke down all of my torches, so there's no way for me to get sticks apart from finding them on the ground. That's to be interesting, because it's like, have I killed myself just for the want of a 60% chance of starting a fire instead of a 40% chance of starting a fire? Possibly I have. So in my frustration, I eventually found the bed here in the dark and not the pot-bellied stove, and I just slept for 4 hours instead. So, good.
I'm so hungry in my life.
I am hungry, that's right. And hey, look, here's some more matches that I didn't find the night before in my fumbled attempts to search this building out. And I'm surprised I haven't died yet, actually, because usually when I'm starting interloper games, I die like multiple times in the first day. Well, you know, it's not multiple times because you can only die once in the first day of a game, but I mean, I die, start a new game, die in the first day again, start a new game, whereas this time I've actually gotten to the second day, which is somewhat surprising to me, but that's okay. I will keep journeying on and see how far I can get. I don't need tinder plugs for starting fires. I think I might be ready to run fast up the mountain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try, oh okay, no, this isn't a good idea, I need water. I might have to try and start a fire outside, I think. Or maybe inside. Or maybe I'll find wood. Okay, whatever. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. So last night in the dark, I was coming out of this door and running straight past these sticks on the ground right in front of me. Maybe the lesson to derive from that is don't look for sticks at night in the dark. Maybe. Oh, that's hilarious. Look at that. 4 sticks straight away. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, I'm going to... Oh, it's a nice sunny day. As sunny as it gets in Canada when the temperature is negative 24, negative 23, 24 degrees. Hilarious. So I'm going to actually do a push up the mountain and see if I can get to the gold mine, which gives you some very nice gear.
My head feel thick.
And would be quite helpful early game if I can get there without dying. But as you can see, it's very freaking cold. I'm almost freezing, and I've only just left the safety of the cabin. But I happen to know, because I've done this route a few times, that there is a cave not too far up here, but also there are wolves.
Never felt so cold in my life.
What about yesterday when you felt really cold, buddy? I feel like the dialogue in this game is as varied as Vermintide too. That would be great. Saying different stuff all the time. Anyway, it's not so often. It's annoying. Anyway, there's like about 3 wolves up at the... Don't walk up the waterfall. There's about 3 wolves up here, and it's quite tricky to get past them sometimes, but if I make it, I will make it into a cave, and that's good because the cave is warm. Now we're closer to the goal of the gold mine, which is gives me extra carrying weight and less chance of twisting my ankle on steep terrain because I have the crampons. Right, okay, so here, if I'm lucky, the wolves won't be in this section of river. They'll be up above that small waterfall because there's a bit of a choke point here. This is where I'm headed, to the left-hand side of that waterfall. It's the only way you can get up this bit. So if there's wolves in front of you, it's really hard because you've got to sort of lure them back down there and then trying to get around them to run up this section of... Oh shit, okay. Oh no, I didn't mean to. No, are you charging me? Please don't be charging me. Yes, you're charging me. Okay, I'm probably going to die here. Let's see how far I can run. So he's going to keep charging me until he attacks me, at which point I'm going to get into a fight with him, and I have no weapons, so I suspect I'll die. If I can maybe crawl off this, I can run off this, get around here and get away from him. Where is he? Oh, here we go. Button mashing. This might be the death of this character. Fight back. Push the button. Push the button. Oh. Dear. That's how it ends. Okay, so there you go. I lasted a day and a half. Good times. Just thought I'd do a quick debrief on that death earlier, and just a quick chat about objectives again, short-term and long-term. Do the objectives thing first. It's an interesting death there, or an interesting day and a half of living for that survivor. There was a whole bunch of short-term objectives going on. There's a couple of wolves I killed the other night. Lots of blood around, goodness gracious. There's a whole lot of short-term objectives in the course of that video, and then there was sort of the longer-term objective of keeping moving, which is pretty important at the start of start of interloper games. And in that particular game, the keeping moving objective was actually like getting to the gold mine. But you kind of can't lose track of that, even though you're doing the shorter-term stuff at the same time. So that was the direction I was moving. But when I was in the angler's den trying to boil water, you know, there was multiple short-term objectives there, and some of those kind of contributed to that mistake I made, where I was boiling water and I needed wood for the fire, but you know, I wasn't thinking about the fact that I didn't have enough wood, so I started boiling the water, didn't break any wood down, and you know, didn't boil as much water as I could have. So you know, you kind of got those interplay between those short-term goals going on at the same time. And of course, that particular mistake actually was pretty crucial. When that fire went out too early, I probably should have actually lit another one anyway, and that would have enabled me to boil more water, but also, more importantly, it would have actually enabled me to make a few more torches, because I broke those torches down into sticks trying to make the fire last longer. And actually, so when it came to the actual death, what else could I have done? I was a bit unlucky there because the wolf just was straight on me as soon as I walked around that corner, and it instantly went into charge mode, so I had to sprint away, and it was just going to keep chasing me until it got to me, basically. So you know, I ran out of stamina quite close to the edge of the waterfall, and I was thinking I was going to try and run off and just sort of shimmy down the ledge and hopefully lose the wolf, but I didn't really. I ran out of stamina too early, and then tried to circle around that log and sort of play merry-go-rounds with the wolf, but it got me, and I died. But yeah, the other thing I could have done if I'd had torches, and this relates to that earlier mistake, is if I'd had torches, I could have lit one possibly while it was chasing me, if I could light it, because you can light them while you're running, and then fended it off, or with the torch, or just sort of dropped the torch at my feet, and it would have stopped it from charging me, I think, possibly. So anyway, just an interesting example of how you know, one mistake can kind of contribute to another mistake, which can contribute to a disastrous mistake. But also the interplay between those long-term and short-term goals. So yep, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I might do another one at some point. Cool, catch you later.